All their income is 1,700 naira. Let's go to the expenses side. Maybe they will have something to save or not. Or they will look for who will make money from. Let's add it up. This is the main need. This one is wants. Assisted bedding. Let's add it up. 200. 1,001. The expenses plus the system bedding that is optional. That is 1, 2. Now you now write your income minus your expenses. You now see if they have money to save or not. Our income is 1,700 minus 1,200. Let's appreciate him. Let's appreciate ourselves because we do. In fact, we respect him. Don't go now. Just a minute. Now, can we still have more savings? Did you think that we can still have more savings than this?
We don't remove the seniors from the remaining balance.
At least, out of the 500, you can still pick. But with expenses, with income and expenses, we still have 500 naira left. Can we still have more money to save than this 500 if we want?
Yes.
Just let's look at it. Where I want, can we just scrap?
The optional, the grandmother.
Okay, if we remove the grandmother, we scrap it.
So if we have the 100,
Okay, that means we can scrap it.
yes.
Because easy by force you go to. Now, in this rent, logistic, grandmother, the allowance they're paying to grandmother, the feeding, which one did you see that maybe is a need, is a want?
I think it helps because if you are buying expensive drugs, you can bring it down to paracetamol.
That's risk then. Another option, one class please.
So
One class.
one thing about the budget is a couple of the things that you put in your budget, you might not spend also, right?
Yes.
So I think according to the passage, it said something like feeding was estimated to be 300 naira, right? So there's a possibility that you might not get up to that, and there's a possibility that you can also overshoot this thing because it's just an estimate, it's not a certain value, right? So you might not spend up to 300 for feeding, so from there, there might still be some leftover. Then for health, I mean, hopefully God grants you good health during the month. You don't have to spend anything on bills, you still have the money to save. So
Let's appreciate what he has said. Any other person? What do you think that we can just get rid of? And it's not important? Have we get the correct? Okay.
That one is compulsory. For a lot of
Is it
people,
very good?
Someone say,
Excuse me, ma'am.
ma,
I want to say something.
okay?
I want to talk about the health. But I want to talk about it. I think it's much better to go for health insurance sorry. It is much better to go for health insurance. We all need it. Like, I'm trying to advertise here and go to your people. Just 15,000. You can just go there to register. So, in case you want to go to hospital for a checkup or medication, you don't have to spend a lot of money. Even if you are going to spend money, it won't be much. Some other treatments, you don't have to pay. You don't even have to pay. You just go to the hospital for free. So far, you have your card at hand. So I think that's much better. You won't have to think about medical expenses.
Okay, let's appreciate her for that. Please go for health insurance.
Yeah, contrary to what she said now, for Sunday health insurance, basically on that year ago, a year ago is just for a year. Let's now assume that you did not sick. Within a year. What is going to happen to that money that you fixed to that year ago? So then maybe the money is not.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Definitely the money is gone, and we are still looking for what to get rid of to get money. So that's it.
Let's appreciate it for that. The best way is that we should just try to minimize some of our expenses so that we can have more to save. Let's do Kofi. Now, this is a family budget. We should now work on Kofi's budget. Let's work on Kofi's budget. Let's work on Kofi's budget. Now, how much is Kofi income? Kofi has an income, monthly income. That's 500 million. Oh, can any other person come and continue? Woman now, woman here in the house.
He's raising his hand.
Now, how much is Kofi personal income? 500 million. Just read. Kofi income. That is his own personal, his own family. We are done with the family.
Sorry, madam. Sorry. Please, everybody, your numbers, are they your WhatsApp numbers?
Yes.
If it's not your WhatsApp number, please, without disturbing the class, please just. Okay, you work out. I just pass another paper so that you now write your WhatsApp number.
Okay.
Guys, Kofi's monthly salary is 500 naira. Now, the overtime is how much? Kofi's overtime. Is it a variable income or fixed income? That is how much? 200 naira. Now, let's go to the now, Kofi contribution to the family budget. Is it under expenses or fixed income or variable income? That is 200 naira. That is contribution to the family. Contribution to the family. Kofi phone and internet charge. is it? Coffee phone and internet charge. That is 15 naira. Is it expenses or variable income or fixed income? Hello, one class please. Other expenses. Phone. That is how much? 15 naira. Now, presents for his girlfriend. Is he a need or is a want that he must give his girlfriend present? Okay, let's put it down now classify it. That is 50 naira. Going out with his friend to entertain them. To entertain them. 100 naira. Purchase of a new smartphone. It has to be postponed. Because it is a statement that they postpone the purchase of the smartphone. Now let's calculate his income and his expenses. Total income, both variable. Let's go to the expenses side. Let's calculate it together. Now the expenses and the income side. Income is 700. I'm not going to minus it. The total income, just put it there. Total income minus expenses. That means Kofi is having 300 naira to save. Now, after all these expenses, is there anyone he can strap for him to have more savings?
Yes.
Anyone?
We're not friends.
Please let us shake your hand. Hello, one class, please. Is there anyone you should just strap for him? So it's given to girlfriend. If you scrap it, that is how much is the value? 50 naira. If you scrap it, it's going to be having 350 naira. Let's appreciate every other. So let's appreciate everybody for the welcome. Now we are not going to read personally.
Okay, I'll bring the paper back to you.
Okay.
This was like a glass wall, my budget. Please take one and pass it. My budget. It's a class activities. Now let's think. Our own fixed income. This one is personal. You don't need to ask a friend. Your fixed income. Look at it. What is your source of income? Oh, sorry. I'm not coming. Now look at it personally. You are talking about your own personal budget now. Let's try to fix our personal budgets. Please, your site up. Your own personal budget. You continue your continuation. You can fix that. Maybe you want to build house. Personal. We have 5 minutes for that, the class activities. For those that are not salary earners, you can use the fixed income. You don't know that there's no fixed income coming for you. You can put your variable income there.
Sorry to distract you, just 1 second. So because we're trying to create a WhatsApp group for all of us in this class, so I need to send something to you immediately. So it's going to be passing the QR code. So once it gets to you, just scan with the WhatsApp number. Yeah. Yes. You don't have. What?
She said you don't have data. I think maybe there's Wi-Fi.
Oh. Just 1 minute.
Please, we have some minutes to go. You just want to, it's a practical, it's your personal. That's why I call it my budget. What do you have to do? You understand? Okay, the source of income, the money. Kí la fẹ́ ṣe? Owó ìgbòlówó yẹn ti ń wá. You just at least just put one value in it so that we can flow. Is anyone true? Anyone? Can you read for us? Can you just share with us? It's your personal. It doesn't, it's not general something, it's personal. She wants to share a budget with us. Free to talk.
I collect 100K.
Okay. Okay.
My needs and so data every month, 30K.
Okay.
My school fees, my health, what I supposed to every month, so 30K.
Okay.
Cream, my body cream, 20K.
Okay.
Anything, 30K. That's like pocket money, empty. My savings is 80K.
One class, please. She's sharing her whole budget. Okay?
My savings is 80K.
At least her income is 200,000. And she has expenses of 120,000, which she has 80,000 left. Another person? That's what we call it a personal budget. Another person, please share your view. Okay?
Having 500,000 here, I buy some stuff at home, 100,000. My toiletries, 20,000. Transport depends on my destination. So dates are 10,000, airtime 7,000, daily cooking 5,000.
Well, let's appreciate her. She's able to save 20,000 naira. Let's appreciate her for that. Weekly, she's able to save that. She's a rich man than me. 20,000 naira. Yes, now it's something. We have people that does not even save at all. And when we look at it, now the general question. What is the challenge we face in savings? What do we want to say? What are the challenges we face? No, I've decided to save before the salary comes in, everywhere I will save 20,000 naira. But reality, what are the challenges we face?
Just like I said earlier, when your expense is more than your income, and I think like the experience I gave, right, where I asked to, my internship was about the same thing I was spending on transportation, right? It was the previous savings I had that I was able to use to sustain myself in that period. So if I hadn't had any savings, I probably would have gone into sprite by owing people, right? So I think that's one major factor, considering the fact that even when you even budget, I mean, let's say you budget like at least 1,500 for transportation daily. By tomorrow, they tell you that fuel is 1,000, and that 1,500 drops to 3,000. You know that way you already overshoot like the plan. This thing that you mentioned.
Okay, let's appreciate him. He's just giving us a practical example that everybody can be, that can follow everything. Because there are some situations that one class, please don't let that cause any. There are some things that you don't have control over. And that person, what are the challenges we normally face when we decide we want to save by all means?
As a woman, one of the challenges we face, let's say probably you get to know something for your health and you've already used the money. Let's not say for a sensitive woman, I have sensitive body. I went out now, maybe to do this one and I used the restroom. And I have to buy drugs, probably infection drugs. You know, and I don't have extra money on me. There's no extra income. Aside from the money I've already kept, or I have the intention to keep. I can even go and borrow money somewhere else. So that I will just deduct the money out of my salary, or the money I will just remove it from the money I kept already.
That means, even though in your service, you are already spending.
Because we need to take care of our health too, and that one now is unplanned.
Overall, you are trying to say there are unforeseen circumstances that we don't have control over. Let's appreciate ourselves once more. We have really tried. And what are the ways we can use to increase our savings capacity? Can somebody tell me? One class, please. What are the ways we can use to increase our savings capacity?
I think the best way we can use to develop our saving capacity is first to increase our own earning capacity. So when you earn more, you definitely save more. So I know it takes time, but we should always try like have that as our focus. That okay, I want to increase my capacity to be able to earn more. You have to.
One last, please.
It has to mean that you have to like have a kind of certification to make you more valid. Go for it. If you need to learn another skill, go for it. Anything that can just make you earn more is what you should.
Let's appreciate him. He's trying to tell us that when we know that can add value to us, so that we can have more income, we should try to go for that.
Well, as much as what he said is, the basically, like he said, increasing your earning capacity, I feel like it's still relative in the sense that when we are earning, say 20,000, you're probably having problems. I mean, there's a popular saying that the higher your earnings, the higher your problems, right? You might be earning 20,000 and you're having problems of like 19,000, 25,000. By the time you're earning 2 million, you're having problems of 2.5 million, you're now having problems of 19,000, 25,000 anymore. So like, despite the fact that you increase your earnings, I feel like those expenses will also increase in the long run. So
that means our expenses do increase. But don't you look at it that the expenses sometimes, is it a need or a want? Is it every expenses we must say yes to? Do you get it? Is it every expenses we must say yes to?
So when you're earning 20,000, right, in a month, you are probably able to save, let's say, let me give you an example, say rent now. You're able to save, I mean, not realistically in Lagos, right? You can, I don't think there's any place that they pay 50,000, but just for the case of the sake, right? So let's say you're earning 20,000, right? You'll be able to save at least, say 50,000 across a year for rent. Yeah, across a year, right? For it. But you know that 50,000 apartment is not where you want to be, right? So by the time, say, you begin to earn 100,000, you're beginning to look for probably house rent of maybe 300 or 50 across. So that way, as much as the expense is in it, right? Because it's accommodation. You were just in the rent of, you were just in the apartment of 50,000 because your income could not, you didn't want to live above your means. But then when your means increases, I mean, there might just be that that bit of an upgrade that might be very, very necessary.
Well, let's appreciate it. Let's appreciate ourselves. We are not appreciating ourselves. What happened? Now, in conclusion, we look at it. How can we see? One, let's try to adjust.
Fine.
First one is this, it's fine, no?
No phone. When we adjust our expenses, we see that we have more to save. Did we agree with that statement? When we adjust our expenses, we still have more to save. Now, when we change our habits in spending, because there are some things we don't need, we just say, oh, so far my friend is using like 17 Pro Max now. But at that particular moment, we can invest that money in something else. Even though this remaining 300 naira that Kofi is having, if Kofi is still holding this money, he can spend it. But when he invests this money, he will make more money. You know that your savings that you're saying, there are a lot of ways we can save to avoid unnecessary spending. You can invest this, the 300 naira. But don't be shocked that at the end of 1 month, this 300 naira has gone to something else. Maybe like 600 naira. When you invest, you use it to do other things. You don't just keep it like, oh, I have savings. You don't say you have savings, you still be the one to run and worry. But when you invest, you diversify. You end up saving at the long run if care is not taken. Let's go to our key messages. Whether we have been able to achieve this through this section. Let's read it together. Have we been able to achieve this? We have been able to manage our income and our expenses. Yes, have you been able to achieve this today? That you are able with your money, you can be able to achieve your goal. Let's go to the third one. That means, let me read it. To draw up a budget, you need to calculate your income first. After you calculate your income, you will calculate your expenses. That's what we have done for the coffee, both personal and the family budget. The need, what is their need? Is it truly a need or a want? We need to differentiate the two. Before planning optional expenses, guys, optional expenses is what? Another word that we can use for optional expenses is what? A want. Because it's whether I like or I don't like. Now, let's go. Make sure, let's do together, please. Now, we make sure that we have enough for our needs. Because when we have enough, we can reason to know what to budget for. Let's go to the last one.
You may sometimes need to adjust your budget to take into account
Unforeseen circumstances or changes in your financial situation. Like the example he has given. There are sometimes you can be earning millions for expenses that you have. And if you don't cut, they said you cut your coat according to what? Not size again now. It's according to the pieces of materials you have. Because if you are looking at size, and I'm big like this madam, and I'm having 2 yards. But I will still sew with that 2 yards. She will still wear. this 4 years for free gown. She's not having 2 years, and she wants that same gown. And I will still sew it for her. You have option. That is where needs and wants comes up. You have option. Normally, maybe she wants to sew long gown before, and it's 2 years available. She needs to change it to months because she doesn't like what that 2 years can give her. But she has no choice at that period. She must wear the mini gown. Whether the mini gown will show her bumbo is like nobody's concern. She just have to wear that clothes. But normally she's supposed to sew quickly. That's when she's coming. No, my time is coming. But what is the material she's having cannot tolerate that. That is the reason why you just need to look at the situation on ground for us to be able to move in line with our budget. Any question? Any question from the inception of the class till now? Any question? Okay?
Let's say my income is very low, for instance, I earn 15,000, just an instance. And my budget is to build a house. And I have very, my expenses every month is almost 25,000. I earn 15,000. And I really want to build that house, and I really want to take it. How can I do it?
She's saying that she has a budget of building house, but her income is low. Now you can go for other source of income. It must not be only one income you are having. If you have a goal to achieve in life. Because if you only stay on that 50,000 naira, does that 50,000 naira even buy cement? No. But when you have other source of income, you can say, okay, the moment I'm earning this 50,000, this one is a fixed income. Look for other variable income that you can use again. The moment this 5 naira comes in, this is where I'll be telling the 5 naira. You don't need to touch the 5 naira. You know that it's for my building expenses. You just be going direct to that place. But you know there's a fixed income that any expenses that is coming, you face it. Okay? Have I answered the question?
So I'm using that case as a scenario student. She's earning 15,000 and she's having an expense of about 25,000 and she wants to help out on the project such as building a house, right? I think even when you are getting the variable incomes, I feel like sometimes the variable incomes needs to cover for the extra that you are spending before you can even start thinking of savings.
That is why we have target income. Target income. Now, the target income is sometimes, this thing, whether you like it or not, this thing is tailored to this assets. You look at that, if this income is not coming, we neither incur these expenses. There are some expenses we need to say no to it. It's not every couple that, my brother called me now. I need 5 naira. And you know what is within you cannot accommodate what this person needs. What are you going to do? That's the reason why we need to say no to some expenses. But if you are looking at, I'm a similar. Well, be careful that your pocket will end up swollen. Because what you're supposed to do, you cannot do it. What is not the essence? Personally, you are already cheating yourself because you want to satisfy everybody. Maybe she asks me for 5 naira, I give her. I'm having 20 naira. I've given her 5 naira. She still asks me for 2 naira. I've given her. And my expenses is there. Opening nights at me like this. But out of that 5 naira, when you know that maybe that 5 naira, I've been in a situation that you be the one paying that person's house rent. You are living in face me and slap you. And the person, after the drink flats, living there comfortably. And because, my rent has zero, you be the one rally around. But when you take your grant sometimes, it really helps us to know what to do and what not to do. And the moment you have the demand, I must save. It will really help us to cut off some unnecessary, let me use that language, expenses.
Okay, so my own question now.
Okay.
So let me use my scenario again. I'm a photographer, right?
Okay.
I bought a camera at around 2020 at the rate of 180,000 naira at that time. And of course, as an entrepreneur, you want to expand, you want to increase your gadgets, you want to upgrade your gadgets and all. So like I was looking at about 350,000, 400,000, so in the long run, upgrade my camera. But that was when dollar jumped from 100 naira to 600 naira to 1.5, almost 2,000. And then the camera that I was budgeting for 450, that 450 could not even buy the camera I was using at that moment. Right? So what do you do?
No, now, it's a short-term plan. I'm using that as not a long-term. No, that's why the reason I said, situation around you sometimes turn some personal, your short-term goals to long-term goals. That's a good scenario. You know, there's no way you can do it. The time limit you have, you cannot achieve it, unless maybe you want to do Yahoo, or you want to buy. But literally, it has not a long-term plan for you. You need to save towards it. As we wrap up today's class, can someone just tell me what he or she has learned? Just two people. No, a lot is something. At least just share your view. Just two as we wrap up. Please, you are the one we are waiting for.
I learned that no matter how little you promise, you should be able to say something.
Wow, bravo, clap for her. Let's clap. 1 more person. Kí la ti kọ́ lé ní látàárọ̀. It's not easy for us sitting down. What have we learned today?
I've learned how to differentiate from my needs and my wants.
Today we have come to the, okay, so she has learned to be a smart, okay?
I've also learned about budgeting.
Okay. Let's appreciate ourselves. We'll see everyone tomorrow. Please and please, let's work early so that we can finish on time. Let's appreciate ourselves once more.
Thank you. That is actually why I was trying to make sure I added all of you, because I need to complete that. Oh, I think I should have not sent it to you. Then quickly have the last tea break, and then you can. The last tea break will take. Don't worry.
You said